Good morning and welcome to Naturally Kim's Knitting. I'm Kim, I'm your host today, and today is December 7th, getting closer to Christmas. I can feel it in the air. We've actually had a couple snowfalls that have stuck a little bit, at least overnight, and my daughter and I have always said that snow is okay through Christmas, but after that, rather not have it. And I think it's mainly because of the cold and all that stuff. But anyways, getting closer to Christmas. Happy Merry Christmas to everybody who celebrates it. And happy holidays to the others. Let's see, I want to welcome everybody who's viewing this, whether this is your first time or whether you're a return viewer. I love you guys, and you're the reason I do this week after week. I love talking about my knitting, crocheting, well, not really crocheting, sewing, dyeing, spinning, whatever I'm doing. I love sharing that with you. And I do that all from right outside Lima, Ohio. Beautiful Lima, Ohio. Anyways, it's been a fun week this week. I've had a couple surprises, which I'll talk about. A few of you are going to have some surprises in a little bit. You need to stay tuned, though, because I'll be announcing the winners for the Better to Give Knit Along real soon. Let's see. Should I just get started? I suppose I should. Well, as you know, I haven't been able to haul my milkweed sweater out of hibernation yet. It's still in hibernation. I have to get certain things done before I'm going to indulge myself and knit on my sweater again. My hubby sweater, which is just waiting for one last sleeve, is also in hibernation for the same reason. He and I decided it's better to get other people's done, and we actually have a Christmas party this Saturday that I'm supposed to have a couple things done for. Don't think I'm going to make it, but they'll get to see what they are anyways. Anyways, after I get one of the big things done, I'll go back to my husband's sweater and I'll finish that real quick. Let's see, I have made such progress with my son's sweater. I am so tickled. I was here, right here, when we podcasted last week, when we talked together. Now I want to show you. I've made it this far. Now, yes, I changed colors right here, but that's because this is like the yoke of the sweater. And I don't know that you can actually see it real well, which is a disappointment. But there's like a lightning bolt pattern. And then there's also a checkerboard. So up above in the yoke area and at the top part of the sleeves will be that pattern. I've started the gusset, which tells me where the yoke is. And I believe it's 2 more increases, and then I'll be done with that, and then I can actually start on the neck and shoulders and things. I'm loving it. And since I did have some that dyed with more brown in it than gold, it was perfect for putting up at the top of the sweater. So I'm happy with it. I hope my son's happy with it. Will be happy. This is the big thing, and he and his girlfriend are 2 of the people we're going to see this weekend, and she's going to get her shawl, and he's going to get 1, possibly 2 pairs of socks plus other things, but I don't believe I'll have this done by Saturday. Somehow, I just don't think that's going to happen. It could if I didn't sleep and if I dedicated myself to just that from now to then, but you know how that is. I'm just not really a monogamous knitter. Oh well. Now I talked last week, and since I've been doing the other knitting, I haven't spent as much time on my next Chemo cat as I wanted to. I told you I was going to work in the last of my Katia Belice yarn. Well, I've got all 3 colorways in there. I'm beginning to start over, and this is when I'm starting the decreases. So yay. This is my next thing. I tell you, I love this Katia Belice. It is so soft and so nice. So pretty. Anyways, I hope whoever gets this, it's going to have to be an older child because it's a little bit more stretchy at the bottom. But whoever gets this, I hope they enjoy it as much as I have been enjoying it. I have finished my son's one sock. Oh, I should tell you. No, I told you what that is. My son's sweater, by the way, is a worsted weight, size 7 needles. As of right now, it's a one-time dye lot. The bottom part, the top part is just, it was a mistake I made. So it's, as of right now, it's a one-time. I will see if I make more of it or not. My next dye lot will probably be double knit yarn, or DK yarn, because I have a project that's calling for that, and things like that. Anyways, back to my son's sock, which I would like to have done by Christmas. This is my son's second sock. I'm made out of the Crazy Zauberball Buntmetall, and I do it on size 1 needles. I love how that works up. Isn't that pretty? And there's his fire engine red, which is what drew me to this yarn. You know, he requested fire engine red, and I sat there and went, ooh, I hope I can find that. And it was actually my granddaughter that found this. So, yay. Although she also wanted to get him green. But I said, he really wants red. Let's see if we can find red. So we did. Isn't that gorgeous? I'm loving the things I'm knitting right now. I am knitting another test pattern for Cece. She's going to be coming out with a book this winter. Yeah, this winter. No, I guess around March. Anyways, so I can show you this because I haven't started the pattern yet. But this is the color of the yarn. And this is some that I actually bought from eBay ages ago. And it's called Salsalito. It's an 80% merino wool, 20% nylon. And what I like is it's machine washable. My son is not a great one for machine washing yarn. Or things made from yarn. He's even told me that. Sorry, my cord was getting close to one of my lights. This yarn was distributed by Crystal Palace Yarns. Spun in Taiwan for Crystal Palace. And the color, all it has is a number, 8304. So the only problem is he's going to have to make sure to dry these flat because I don't think they're going to really work up otherwise. But that's the way it looked in the ball. I wasn't sure how it was going to work up. But yet you can actually see the different, there we go, the different colors throughout the yarn. Isn't that nice? Excited. I think he'll be excited. Life is going to be so good. I say this is for my son. These are either going to be for my son or my father-in-law. Won't be Christmas, I do know that. Oh, I got distracted. I was trying to think of what it was behind me that had the white corners. That's my shelf. That is it for what's on the needles because there's things there I have to get done. Now, as far as what I've got done, I can show you my granddaughter's swirl hat. This was made out of hers and mine, Genevieve Penelope colorway. And it was a variegated, as you can tell. And as the colors kind of go this way, I'm sorry, as the stripes kind of go this way, the colors are kind of going the opposite way. I had this all packed up to send to her. Then I realized I haven't shown you guys the last. And this was made on my Stellina base yarn. It's a gold Stellina. Isn't that so pretty? She's going to love it. It's not a Christmas present. They may or may not get it in time for Christmas, but it's something that I finished and I wanted her to have it. Now, I am getting to, that's all for what I've, oh, and I'm sorry. That was, the pattern was Swirl Hat by Sheepytime, Mandie Harrington, and it was done on a size 3 needle. And like I said, the Genevieve Penelope Sparkly yarn, fingerweight yarn, which can be found at NapiersKnits. Be careful if you decide to go order it because there is variegated and they're self-striping. Okay, some of the things that are making me happy this week. Oh my goodness. I asked for some ideas for other craft along, knit alongs giveaways, and I had a couple excellent ideas in that thread under my Ravelry group. I would love to have even more. I'm going to use the ones that were suggested. And if I don't have other ones, I will come up with things. I just really am excited about the ones that were suggested. If you have any ideas that you would like to see done in a craft along or a knit along, this month of December is when I'm taking these ideas. There's a thread for, I think it's called Ideas for Knit Alongs, or KALs. Go ahead and post something under there. I go in there almost every day and I check what people have written or what they've posted. And my goodness, some really good ideas. So keep your thoughts going, guys. Really happy with that. Now, something that has made me super, super ecstatic. Excuse me for a moment. 2 years ago, I'd asked my husband if he could make me a spinning wheel. Well, he was going to. He had great intentions, but time isn't there. So instead, he told me that for Christmas this year, why don't I go ahead and order one? And that would be his and my Christmas present. So I have got the Ashford Kiwi 2 spinning wheel. It's supposed to be great for beginners. So I hope so. The only thing is it was missing the tension knob, which I emailed them and I told them I got so excited. I put it together the day I got it, but I can't use it because I don't have the tension knob. And they sent me an email right back telling me, oh, it's on its way then. So, so happy about that. Then you'll be seeing spinning being a regular part of the show because I'm excited. I can't wait to try it. They even included a nice booklet on how to spin your wool, and they give you a couple little samples to start with. So it'll be great. When I get my tension knob, it'll be so super. So that has made me more than happy this week. That has made me so super ecstatic. I must say, I wasn't able to put it together myself. My husband did have to come in and help me because these arthritic fingers, even an Allen wrench, I have a hard time, you know, because I can't make a fist real well. I had a hard time even tightening Allen wrench screws well enough. So he did come in and help me, bless his heart, even though, you know, we were up past both of our bedtimes. You know, it was kind of frustrating that when we found out the one piece we were missing is something I need to have it work, but that's okay. That's okay. So excited about that. I can't even tell you. You might notice my little tree. Back there is what I'm calling it, my tree. Our decorations are above our garage. And the way they've made that an attic was whoever lived here before us, and we've never corrected it, just put boards across it. And that's your attic. Well, I refuse to go up there because my husband's thinner than I am. If you saw the vacation ones, he's thinner than I am, and he's a little bit more spry, and so he usually goes up there and gets the decorations. Well, this year he's been so busy. So last weekend, I believe it was Saturday, he was out, and we have some long needled pine trees outside of our south window, and he went out and he trimmed some of the branches off and everything and put a big pile out back. And as I was walking the puppy one day, all at once it dawned on me, I could take some of those branches and put them in a container, and that could be my little Christmas tree. And so as of right now, that's our decorations. But that's okay. I'm not complaining. I just thought it was so cute. And I'm so glad when these little spur-of-the-moment ideas come to me. You know, it's like, yay! So, you know, Christmas season, I've got to have something like that. And to go along with it, I've been baking like crazy. I have made little, I say baking like crazy. I really haven't. I've just been having a blast because I love baking. I've made little peppermint cookies, and then I've made shortbreads. And the next thing I'm going to make is a cookie that you put Andy's mints on top of. So yummy. And then, let's see, Friday I have to make my son's forgotten cookies, which are like a meringue cookie. You put in the oven the night before, turn off the oven, let them set, and in the morning they are the most beautiful cookies. He he introduced those to us when he was in 4-H, and it was part of his book or his cooking project. And we found this. He goes, "Look, Mom, isn't this cool?" And he made them, and he absolutely loved them. And we tinkered around with him after that. And you know, he likes. He told me one year I didn't have green food coloring. He likes green because that's Christmas, and I just made them white. And he goes, "Well, these aren't my cookies then." So ever since then, I've always made sure that I've had green food coloring to put in his cookies. So Friday I'm going to be making those. So yes, I've been having fun baking. Not as much as I usually do because my family's not around. So very hard. And my family, my brothers and sisters, we're not getting together this Christmas. We could not figure out a time to get together. So, you know, another reason why I would normally be cooking isn't there. I do want to show you this. With my arthritis, I have had to teach myself how to do Portuguese knitting. And with Portuguese knitting, you can either wrap the yarn around your neck, your ball of yarn is over here, and the yarn comes out here. Your tension is here and with the pin. So basically it's taking away a lot of the action from my right thumb, which is good. I got this pin, I think it was 2 weeks ago, and I forgot to tell you guys last week. This is a Sea Turtle Portuguese knitting pin, snag-free stitch marker. It's snag-free because instead of a pin, it's actually a magnet. It could also be like an ID holder if you wanted it. It has a little hook down here to put your yarn through, if you can see that. Where did I get it from? Oh, I have all the other information except who it came from. From Jill's Handmade Stuff. Okay. I have some other things coming from Great Britain, and I couldn't remember what her company's name was. So yeah, Jill's Handmade Stuff. She is the one that gave me that, or sold that to me. I have her card over here. Jill's Beaded Knit Bits. So there's her card. Sorry, I should show this side because she does have she has a coupon code on the other. So anyways, really happy with it. I may end up getting a couple because I had one that was a pin and I forgot to take it off and it got washed, and I'm so afraid that something's going to happen to this. I don't know that I will, as long as I don't lose it, you know. Otherwise, I can go back to my old way of spinning, which I'm a tosser. I toss the yarn over the thread, and when I use my right hand, that's the way I learned. I didn't know there was another way until I grew up. And since then, I've taught myself how to knit with my left hand. I'm not a great flicker with my right hand. I think it's just because I've done the tossing for so long, it just doesn't seem right. But I've been able to teach myself Portuguese knitting and, different methods with my left hand. But Portuguese is my favorite. I've not become proficient enough in it yet to do it with sock yarn. So for sock yarn, I do have to go back to my right hand, but that's okay. It's not like I'm doing it all day. My son's sweater and the shawl that I made, things like that, can be done with the Portuguese needle, which is so helpful. So I did want to give a shout out to her because I really do love this. And I got this on Etsy, like where I like to go to. Okay, so what kind my reading life has been so poor lately because knitting has kind of taken away from that. Since the sweater is to the pattern phase now, it's harder for me to knit. It's easier for me to watch television shows that I may not have to pay as much attention to while I do that, but reading I can't do during that. Anything that has a pattern, I can't. You know, my plain socks, yes I can, but I haven't started reading anything yet this week. I've been so bad. Here I am, a book reviewer, and I've not been doing my job. But my daughter's blog, oh my goodness, it was so cute because they're starting to talk about animals preparing for winter, and they made presents last week, and so her blog was all about that. And the link to that, I did change the link, so it is that one on the Beyond the Schoolyard blogspot.com, and she lists books that they've been reading that go along with that, and she shows you the activities, and everything that she uses is very inexpensive. She gets a lot of her things from Target. Sometimes she gets them from Discount School Supply. So check it out. If you have little kids or you know if somebody has little kids, beyondtheschoolyard.blogspot.com. It's great. And of course, I've been watching Critical Role. But, you know, that's something I can watch because they're role playing. They're not acting it out. It's all verbal. And so as they're describing what they're doing or where they're going, I could see it in my mind. So I could pay attention to my knitting while I have that on, which is so good. My goodness, I have been talking so fast lately. Oh, my winners. I cannot forget my winners. I did want to say I am going to be going back to making some homemade products before long. So, okay, the winners for the various prizes in the Better to Give Knit Along. It is that time. Pay attention because what I did was I went through and I numbered the posts, used random number generator, and let it decide what was going with what. So I believe it's I, Nicole, or it could be L, Nicole, Linda. You get to look through Ravelry for any pattern of $7.50 or less. Let me know what pattern you would like, and I will gift that to you as a great prize. Carrie or Granny Sheep, you get this beautiful yarn. I'm so happy this is going to a good home. You will just have to contact me. Leave me a PM on Ravelry. Under Napier's Knits or under Naturally Kim's Knitting, and give me your, and I'll get your address then, and I can send this to you. Oh, I'm so happy. Try Linda, which is Linda. You get to go through my Etsy store, and one thing out of the store that you might like, I was going to say just yarn, but if you see anything in that store that you might like, let me know what it is and it's yours. I will ship it off to you. Once again, you will have to contact me with your name and address and all that, but contact me that you heard this first and what you would like. Okay, then I tell you, I had lots of winners because I had lots of prizes. Crafty Josie, which is Josie, you get the yarn that was given to me by Granny Sheep, I want to say. It's Heritage Cascade Yarn, Heritage Prints, 75 superwash merino wool, 25% nylon. And yeah, that came from Granny Sheep. So, yeah, it's beautiful. If you look on last week's blog, it's an off-white with speckles of brown or dark brown through it. Oh, it's gorgeous. And thank you, Granny Sheep, for donating that. I get it in front of the camera, and I forget names sometimes. That's why I write things down. And then my last winner also wins any pattern under $7.50 on Ravelry. Go through, find which one you like. PM me, let me know. And that goes to Marissa or Marcy Darcy. Yay! So now you guys have 2 weeks from today to notify me. If I don't hear from you within 2 weeks, that prize goes back into the prize bucket or whatever you want to say, and it will go out for the next give along or craft along, okay, which will probably be in January. I'm going to try to make them like 2-month craft alongs. So anyways, yeah. So I need to hear from Linda from, I Nicole or El Nicole. I can't tell if it's, I think it's an I-M-E-C-O-L-L. Granny Sheep, Try Linda, Crafty Josie, and Marcy Darcy. All contact me. Let me know that you've heard this. You can do it underneath the, this week's show in Ravelry. Just tell me that you saw your name or whatever. If you want a pattern or something from the shop, let me know what. I will then contact you and find out your name and address. The winner of the yarns need to contact me directly with your, or PM me, and then we will get each other's addresses, or I'll get your address and everything. Okay, wow. This is quite, I am so excited. I love that I've been able to do this. And we've had so many beautiful, beautiful things that people are going to give this year. I'll probably end up doing this next year too, because I thought this was fun. Okay, like I said, please go on Ravelry and under Naturally Kim's Knitting and under the ideas for knit-alongs. Give me ideas for knit-alongs or giveaways or whatever. And if you're interested in ever donating a prize for any of these, let me know. I'll be glad to accept anybody who might want to give me a prize. I will write it down so that I don't forget. Otherwise, where can you find me? Well, you can find me on Ravelry as Napier's Knits and under Naturally Kim's Knitting. On Etsy, it's Napier's Knits. Instagram, knittin_Kim. On YouTube, Blogger, Facebook, and WordPress, it's Naturally Kim's Knitting. So it's been a wonderful week. I'm so glad I've got to visit with you guys. I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful week of knitting. Very few, if any, drop stitches and successful knits. Big hugs. Bye-bye.